In the Torah, in the book of Exodus, Moses returns from atop Mount Sinai bearing the tablets that carry the Ten Commandments. Upon his return, he finds that his people, the Israelites, have descended into idolatry. They've built a golden calf and they're dancing around it, worshiping it. What happens next we find in the Torah, chapter 32, verse 26. Moses stood at the gateway of the camp and said, "Whoever is for Hashem, God, join me." And all the Levites gathered around him. He said to them, "So said Hashem, the God of Israel, every man put his sword on his thigh and pass back and forth from gate to gate in the camp. Let every man kill his brother, every man his fellow, and every man his near one." The Levites did as Moses said, and about 3,000 men of the people fell that day. In other words, the people who had built the golden calf were killed. But only 7 verses later, the Torah says, "Then Hashem, God, struck the people with a plague, because they had made the calf that Aaron had made." And so the rabbis asked the question, if we've already killed the people who made the golden calf, who's God killing now with this plague? Well, the answer is obvious. The people that God is killing later with the plague are not the people who built the golden calf. They're the people who stood and watched and did nothing as others built the golden calf. In the previous video, I spoke about society in Israel. I talked about the problems of teen pregnancy, sexual violence, drug use, teen gambling, organized crime, gang wars, political corruption, prostitution, spousal abuse, poverty, to say nothing of the Palestinian problem, the leftist political mafia that runs the government and the news media, and the weight of the entire world pressuring Israel to commit suicide. My friends, if you are part of the problem, well, then you've better change what you're doing. If you're not part of the problem, you can't just look on bemusedly and think, well, I hope things get better. You've got to roll up your sleeves and you've got to get busy helping to make the state of Israel all that it can be, all that it should be, all that God demands that it must be. Because if we simply stand and do nothing, we will be counted as just as guilty as those who are bringing the Holy Land low. My name's Riell. I'm Yisrael Chai.